positioning system, provide enhanced positioning navigation, timing service in the Asian Oceanic region. KJSS is operated by the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency (JAXA) in collaboration with the other Japanese government agencies and private companies. The experiment will employ Taiyo spacecraft flying information, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, other Japanese government agency JAXA. Experiment will employ Taiyo spacecraft flying information in the space 1 million kilometers long with a laser shining between the experiment in this question. Involved NISA. The experimental research black hole using gravitational waves expanded following the second detection of gravitational waves of LIGO detector. After the success of NISA Pathfinder experiment, the evolved larger interferometer space antenna projected is a plan of setting into space 3 spacecraft, a mother and a formation trailing the Earth around the Sun at a distance of over 50 million kilometers. LISA Pathfinder experiment. A LISA evolved laser interferometer space antenna setting into space 3 spacecraft, a mother and 2 daughter spacecraft, fly in a triangular formation. Recently, scientists observed the merger of giant black holes billions of light years away from the Earth. What is the significance of this observation? Giant black holes billions of light years away of the Earth. LISA. Evolved LISA experimental research on black holes using gravitational waves expanded following the second detection of following satellite images remote sensing data. Satellite images remote sensing. Directly contained in the vegetation of a specific location. Greenhouse gas emission rise patterns of a specific location. Land surface temperature. Remote sensing data use. Chlorophyll content in the vegetation of specific location. Chlorophyll. Remote sensing data use. Of the given statement is the acquisition of information about an object on Earth is a satellite. Various applications such as determining the chlorophyll content in the vegetation on the ground, used in measuring land surface temperature at some specific location, measuring greenhouse gas emission from the equators of the specific location. Mapping soil type for planning agriculture. Mapping soil type for planning agriculture. Satellite images, remote sensing data use. Chlorophyll content in the vegetation. Land surface temperature of a specific location. Land surface temperature of a specific location. Greenhouse gas emission from the paddles of a specific location. Rice paddles of a specific location. measuring greenhouse gas emission from the rice petals of a specific location, measuring, including the detection of emission of a various chemical in the atmosphere. Weather forecasting, including wind, temperature, and atmosphere data. Weather forecasting. Mapping soil type for planning, preventing the degradation and loss of wetland. Preventing the degradation and loss of wetland. Used in measuring land surface temperature at some specific location. Chlorophyll content in the vegetation. Used in measuring land surface temperature at some specific location. Used in measuring land surface temperature at some specific measuring greenhouse gas emission. Specific location, including detection of emission of various chemicals. Mapping soil types, planning agriculture, preventing degradation and loss of wetland. Weather forecasting. Weather forecasting, including wind, temperature, and atmosphere data. Rice patterns of the specific location, including the detection of emission of various chemicals in atmosphere. Including the detection of various chemicals including the detection of emission of various chemicals. Indian satellite launch vehicles. PSLV launched satellite useful designed mainly to launch communication satellite. Launch the satellite useful for Earth's research monitoring whereas designed mainly to launch communication satellite. Monitoring whereas the GSLV are designed mainly launch communication satellite. Earth researches. GSLV are designed mainly to launch communication satellite. Launch communication satellite. Earth researches monitoring where GSLV are designed to mainly launch communication satellite. PSLV. Satellite launch PSLV appear to remain permanently fixed. Only statement one correct. PSLV polar satellite launch vehicles, geosynchronous launch vehicle and other satellite launch vehicles. Rocket development ISRO PSLV is designed mainly to deliver the Earth observation or remote sensing satellite. With a lift of mast up, the remote sensing satellite orbit the Earth from pole to pole. Orbital plane inclination. Launching communication satellite. The satellite is geosynchronous orbit appear to remain permanently fixed in the same position. PSLV is a four-stage launch vehicle. First and third stage using solid rocket motors. Geosynchronous orbits appear to remain permanently fixed in the same position in the sky. Four-stage launch vehicle. Vehicle with first and third stage using solid rocket motors and second and fourth stage using liquid rocket. First, third, solid rocket, fourth, liquid rocket. Two versions of GSLV are being developed by ISRO. Three-stage vehicle with the first stage using solid rocket motor. GSLV Mk3 is a three-stage vehicle with the first stage using solid rocket motor and second stage using liquid fuel. First stage called cryogenic, upper stage using cryogenic engine. First stage using solid rocket. Cryogenic, upper stage using cryogenic engine. Two versions of GSLV are being developed by ISRO. GSLV Earth observation of a remote sensing satellite with the lift of mass of up to 750 kg to Sun synchronous circular polar orbit. The remote sensing satellite orbit the Earth from pole to pole. Laser interference space antenna (LISA). Laser interference space antenna to detect gravitational waves. The evolved laser information space antenna is a proposed European Space Agency mission designed to detect and accurately measure gravitational waves with LISA. Laser interferometer space antenna. European Space Agency mission designed to detect and accurately measure gravitational waves. Scientists will be able to observe. The scientists will be able to observe the entire universe. Observe the entire universe directly with the gravitational waves. Scientists will be able to observe the entire universe directly with gravitational waves running about the formation of a star-filled galaxies. Early inverse and the structure and nature of the space line is